Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently very much on the downhill side of getting our rebels dealt with. We have all of these cores underway. We already finished up some of them, and we're going to finish up a bunch more soon enough. But we do have some rebels still, and that's fine. We won the Battle of Cape. Honestly, we don't need to look at all of these anymore. I feel like it's basically all handled. With the possible exception of this up here. No, I think that's all good. There's that just started up the game lag spike that always happens shortly after I start the recording, and I don't know why. I try to let the game run for a while first to prevent it, but it just doesn't seem to work. Now, this is a potential issue. Okay, I'm going to side with the people that's not going to require seeding land. There we go. This is definitely a potential issue here. I think we give these guys a leader, and we'll come back to this after we've dealt with all of this. So Armenian, Canadian peasants, I don't care about. Algonquin separatists, Cree separatists. These are all, with the exception of these Danish separatists, within our colonial nation. So that's not relevant. We're going to go deal with the Danish separatists. No big deal. And then there's this battle. I want to make sure that we are heading into... Take that back. We are. Good. But as far as this battle goes, these guys got here a lot faster than their backup. We have another full province to go here. Yeah, I thought that we'd end up losing that. I was planning to retreat them. I didn't expect them to die quite on that day. I expected them to die on the next day. But we can recreate them. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we'll get that going. We'll move in here, and we should win this fairly easily. Cool. So we'll take a look at these revolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll keep an eye on that battle. This is fine. Douala separatists will need to be handled. There we go. Siberian separatists already done. And we'll send up some troops to deal with the Scottish separatists. All good. Now, I believe we're going to win this battle, but let's see. Ooh, we took some big damage there, actually. Okay, I'm going to... Nope, I want to force march these guys over to here. We're just going to retreat. These guys are tough. 33, 15, 9. 620. That's a good fire phase. That's a very good fire phase. That's probably what's happening there. Cool. So we'll replenish these forces and get these guys replenished as well. We've got a few more revolts spawning here. This is to be expected, but we shouldn't have too many more. So we'll send this force down to deal with the Kill One separatists. Hasselese separatists up here. No problem. Assyrian separatists should be fine. I'm going to conform you to template. And then we're going to bring these guys over. Spread these forces out slightly. Cool. And can we core anything? Not this month. Okay. So that seems to be fine. I believe that this is fully under control now. We did just lose our Inquisitor, which is slightly unfortunate. What do we got here? Missionary strengths, but not an accepted culture. Admin power is currently the most important thing to us. We can fish for a more optimal advisor later. Unfortunately, none of these are accepted culture. So I'm going to go with the +3, and then we're going to fire all of these. Okay. Now we have a few revolts here, or actually only the one. Cool. Out over here. We'll go deal with that, no problem. These guys should be more than capable of coming in here and winning. In theory. Cool. There's a couple cores finishing up. And we won the battle here. That's great. We'll siege that down, or rather take that back. And on the month tick, we need to check in for advisors. Okay. So what do we got here for advisors? Not an accepted culture, not an accepted culture, not an accepted culture. This guy is accepted. His bonus isn't great. But what we really want out of him is that sweet, sweet admin power. So now we can start fishing for one that's a little bit more efficient. We can also core here. That'll do. And we get a couple of revolts this month. Nothing too bad. Irrelevant and Tunisian separatists. Not very relevant, to be honest, either. Okay. Looks good. So we won this fight. We'll spread these guys back out. Ooh, 50 admin power. Yes, please. That's an excellent event. And they finally won this siege, which reminds me that we hadn't actually attacked here, and I had intended to do so, but completely forgot about these guys. We're going to head in, and both of them are force-marched, so that should be fine. Okay, Bruneian Cascadian separatists are irrelevant. Kikanja separatists are not. We'll go in there. Congolese separatists, sure. Looks like no problem. And Prussenian, sure. No problem here either. So that's all great. We'll spread these guys out. There we go. Cool. Now, how are we doing on our provincial unrest? Oh, it's very low. We shouldn't have very many more rebellions. That's good. So we should be able to cruise through this pretty soon here. Yeah, no rebellions at all this month. We gained a core and a second core. So we're down to 126%. Yeah, we can see that our unrest is much better. There'll be a couple more rebellions, maybe. But we'll see. We definitely want to core, or rather cap these back. And this is fine. We'll spread them out like so. Cool. There are the Bruneian Cascadian separatists, but the rest of this doesn't look bad. Cool. Shoshone separatists are no big deal. Okay. It looks like this is pretty solidly under control. So right now we are coring and regenerating our manpower. We spent a lot of manpower on that. There's no doubt about it. And we're going to finish up another conversion here soon. I think that the missionary strength here is acceptable. Yes. That will save us some time. And this is irrelevant to us. Cool. So that's great. We'll get additional conversion speed, and that reminds me, I had once again forgotten to check on this. Missionary strength is pretty good, but unfortunately, he's not an accepted culture. They have to be an accepted culture. National tax modifier is not really better than the production modifier that we have right now, so it's okay. I guess we can come down over here and deal with this for them. If they're not going to do it, we'll do it. It's not like it hurts us at all. Cherokee separatists, and we managed to core over here as well. We'll get another core going. It's still going to take us a little bit to get this all cored up. But our overextension is very nearly gone. So that's great. Are we done with our truce on these guys? Oh, they're a tributary of Ming now. Okay, so we can't do it that way. We did lose our army reformer. I don't really care about military power at this point. Land force limit modifier might not be a bad thing. We are pretty over our force limit. So we can go for this guy. Or a land maintenance modifier. That's actually probably better for us. This guy will be much cheaper per month, and I think that will save us a substantial sum. Cool. Okay, so we're replenishing our troops here and regenerating our forces. This is all good. I want to check in on our rebel uprisings here. So these guys have occupied Makassar. Right. We're capping that back right now. These guys have occupied, that's Cherokee. We're not concerned about that. There's another core finishing. So we're now down to 65.2%. Beautiful. So I would like to continue to check in for potentially a more efficient advisor here. Missionary strengths would be good. Unfortunately, he's not an accepted culture, so we're going to have to get rid of all of those. Okay, we won this siege. That's great. There's another core finishing. And at this point, our provincial unrest is just far better. There will be potentially a couple more revolts. I don't care about any of these, really. I mean, we're right here. We may as well. Cool. So we still need about another 400 admin power to get all of this cord. That's fine. Prussian separatists we do care about. And Livonians as well. Okay, we'll deal with both of those. I'm not shocked about that. We do still have a few provinces with decently high unrest. So that's to be expected. It will continue to drop by another 3, approximately. And that'll be fine. Let's check for a more optimal admin advisor. None of these have good traits for what we're looking for. So that'll be fine. There's another core finishing. Always great. So this is fine. No real problem here. We'll get another core going. Miami separatists. Don't really care about that. That'll be fine. Counter-revolutionaries. Sure. They have our support. Another core finishing. We're making good progress on these cores. There's a conversion. Always nice. We're going to have another conversion in like 1 month. Or not even. Where were those guys? That was these guys here. They're subjects rebels, so I don't care about that. They can do what they're going to do. There's another conversion finishing up. We'll get Cantor next. Excellent. We're making good time on this, but we have a lot of conversion yet to do. Cadouin Separatists, sure, and there's another core. Okay, let's check in on our admin advisors. National Unrest? I mean, I would prefer conversion speed at this point. That would be the preferential. Here's a missionary strength. He's not an accepted culture, sadly. So we're going to try rolling that up again. And let's see what they've got. Anything? National Unrest. Here's a missionary strength. He is not an accepted culture. So let's try it again. Christmas Island is now cored. Fantastic. And we're continuing to bank up admin power for the moment. Okay. We'll have to deal with these separatists for sure. I want to check through here quick. Yeah, I want to re-roll all of these. And then we'll deal with these separatists quick. No problem here. Don't care about that. The rest of this looks fine. Cool. We'll be able to get another core here in 1 month. So on the month tick, we'll get a Manado going. There we go. And some separatists out over here. No big deal there, but I do want to check in on our admin advisor. Here's a missionary strength advisor. Not an accepted culture. Sad. Well, we'll roll it again. Missionary strength, not an accepted culture. Well, they can get out of here. Swedish separatists have risen up, and we will, of course, deal with those. No problem. And we need 144 total admin power here to get our last core going. Now, to be clear, these are territorial cores that we're making. We need more for full cores. That's fine. Yeah, no problem with either of those separatists. I don't care about that. Cities are demanding old rights. I do not want to lose a stability here. Government reform progress is an interesting thing to lose. I'm going to spend it down first, and then we'll accept their demands. Just in case. It didn't actually make a difference, but it could have. Cool. So I wanted to check in on our admin advisor. Not an accepted culture. Sad. This we'll have to deal with. Okay. And we should spread this out as well. Bintulu is now cored. How are we doing on our coring? We're at 21.7% overextension. That's barely any overextension at this point, so I love it. That's absolutely great. We want to continue to get our governing cap a little bit better. Inu Separatists out over here, irrelevant. And there's a conversion being done as well. Let's check in on our admin advisor. Missionary strength and not an accepted culture, so we'll re-roll. Dip power? I guess we'll take dip power. Not my preferred, but it'll be fine. And let's see what we've got for another admin advisor. None of these are what we're looking for, which is just conversion. We just want conversion strength. That's the only thing that we're in the market for at this moment. Okay, what do we got this time? Armenian Mississippi peasants, irrelevant. Cornish is not accepted. We have our max promoted cultures, right? We do. Okay, so we need to continue to roll it. And off we go. There's another core finishing. We're now at 0% overextension. That's glorious. And we can get Coco's Island coring. That's perfect. Wake is now cored. And let's check in on our admin again. One of these times. Here we go. This is it, in fact. He is an accepted culture. So we hire this guy, promote him up to level 5. That boosts our missionary strengths by 2% and will allow us to convert that much faster. That's great. Iroquois Separatists and Animist Separatists, I don't care about either of those. So at this point, we can start thinking about making states. Out over this way, in particular. So we can make this into a state. We can make this into a state. And this is definitely going to hurt our admin cap a little bit, but we definitely want to do so. And let's see here. This is all already stated. This is not. So that gets made into a state. We make this into a state on Wake Island. Okay? And that all looks good. Let's go into our production interface here. I want to go into states. Sort by status. We do still have 2 territories, Western Alaska and Palawan. Okay, Palawan we definitely make into a state. That was this right here. Western Alaska. Can we not grant this over to Armenian Canada? It seems like we investigated this before and we couldn't at the time. But let's see here. I want to go into our subjects. Oh yeah, Kutai is our subject. Hilarious. Okay, Armenian Canada, I want to... Yeah, we can't grant a core there. So let's go ahead and make this into a state then. We may as well. Consider it done. Now, how much is it going to cost us to make all of those into full cores? A decent chunk is the answer. But we'll get started on it. And it'll take some time. So that's completely okay. Zia Separatists out over here. No problem there. We're working on our conversions, and I'm still banking manpower, so I'm not interested in going back to war for a little bit here. Armenian Canadian peasants. Hilarious. We'll just sort this by cost and make our way down this. It'll be fine. So we can see our governing cap is definitely up a bit. That's to be expected. We converted Corsica, and we will continue to convert in Kumasi next. Okay. We've got a lot of conversions to go. There's no doubt about that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of them. But that's fine. Gruntalo is now cored. And we're continuing to work through our admin deficit here. So that'll be fine. And when are these cores going to be finished? 1 July 1861? Sure. That's reasonably fine. We'll continue to core. And these rebel uprisings are all in our client states. So no concerns there. I'm not concerned about any of that. I do want to continue to convert. I'd love to boost our stability. Unfortunately, there's not a good way to do that right now. We do need to continue to core here. We just about have all of our territorial cores done. Palu is now cored. And that'll be fine. Our admin deficit is definitely a problem, though. Hello, what's this over here? That's in dive yet. Okay. Just checking. All looks good. I would very much like to get more conversions done. But we're at 13.5% missionary strength, so that's, all things considered, quite good. We'll get these conversions done. I'm just going to get these looped into the same time frame, so we can do them both at once. There we go. Cool. And let's see about getting another full core going. There we go. All is looking good. Now, we'll have to think about what our next move is, attacking-wise. I would prefer not to go after Ming at this moment. Which means we can't go after these guys anymore. Ming will protect them. So Ming is going to protect virtually everything up over here. We could, in theory, go after Korea, which has a little bit over here. And then there's Imarina over here. Is Korea still a tributary of Ming? They actually are, which is a little wild to me. We'll invest some money into promising new projects. That'll be fine. And continue to core here for the moment. We could, in theory, go after Revolutionary Tidor. They're reasonably strong. And that might not be a bad idea. Try to crush the revolution out over this way, sort of. Naval thought is suffering. I mean, that is to be expected. Cool. Continuing to make full cores here. We don't need that much more. But our admin deficit is a big problem. I'm just waiting on some of these cores to finish up before we go through our buildings in our new locations. And there's the conversions finishing as well. We're getting these done every 8 months. So it's one conversion every 4 months is what we've got going on here. So 3 conversions per year. And there's a lot of conversion left to do. No doubt about that. But we can continue to make full cores. And let that autonomy drift on down. So that'll be great. Absolutely great. Just about done with making Monado a core, and then Coco's Island is going to be on 1 July 1861. So that is about 8 months away. Okay. So that's fine. We can go ahead and make Wake into a full core. But this is a lot of admin power that we need. We need so much more admin power. Unfortunately, we don't really have a good way to get more admin power, but it is what it is. Wonder what this new personality is going to be. That's going to be interesting for sure. But I do really want to build buildings. I'm just kind of itching to do that right now. The reason we're not is because I'm just waiting on Coco's Island to finish its core. I would love to build buildings right now. And hopefully drop down our governing cap by some amount. We might be able to do a government reform here. We're close. But not quite yet. Okay. We can get a full core done. That's always great. Converting heretics. Yep. Interestingly, these are like a day apart now. There we go. It must just be slightly different amounts that build up over time, I'm guessing. Don't care about these separatists. They're completely and totally irrelevant to us, and this will be done on 1 July. It is currently 1 June, so 1 more month. Cool. Don't care about any of those separatists for the moment. We'll step in if we need to, but I don't think we need to. Okay, there's all of those cores done. So let's hop into our production interface, and we're just going to go through our buildings here, starting with state houses. No state houses to be built, slightly shockingly. We can build a manufactory on Christmas Island, I suppose. Let's go for town halls. None. These must be full on their buildings already. They are. Okay. We can probably work on optimizing that somewhat. Or just developing them. We could do that too. Develop this one to 20. This one to 30. This is already at 35. But we can develop that up to 40, like so. Spinning our admin power down a bit. And then, with any luck, that will allow us to reduce our admin cap a bit. Yeah, there is a town hall there that we can build. Just the one, sadly. But that's okay. There we go. We can also just construct these universities for the time being. We'll get those going. There we go. Now it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to finish up our admin deficit here. That will definitely be completely done. And then we're going to think about going to war again. Probably with Tidor, is my guess. I'd like to take over Australia. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Atala, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.